In extremely surprising news, Goodra almost won a tournament. Now, I might have underrated this card when I first looked at it. I didn't think it would be much, mainly because of the dual energy requirement. But let me tell you, when you get this thing set up, man, and with these Indeedis that we're playing in this deck, you can heal a lot of damage in one turn, like a lot. So before I throw the deck list up, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'm trying to hit 20K. I'll toss it up for you. I just want to say before I get into it and talk about it, thank you guys so much for the support, man. I'll tell you, I have taken quite a few like long breaks or longer breaks than you really should on YouTube. And I remember back in October, I said, you know what, man, I'm just gonna, the new stuff's coming out. I want to get back into like making content consistently like I did when the game first came out. And I'll tell you, the first video I uploaded only got like 2,000 views. And I thought I ruined my channel. It's over. But I changed up the video style. You guys seem to really be enjoying it. So just thank you guys for the continued support on the channel. There was a brief moment there where I was worried I had fallen off completely. But the support has just been amazing over the last month, honestly. And including... with this new Mega Evolution set, things have been crazy. So let's talk about Goodra now. Again, just thank you guys so much. With Goodra, Goodra's going to do 100 damage. He's going to heal 40 damage from himself. Combo that with a Lily. Combo that with Indeedis. You can get up to like 140 damage healed in one turn. Double Indeedee will heal 40 from your active. Goodra will heal 40 from itself, and Lily will heal 60 from itself. Now, this is different from the tournament list. I played the game. I played with the deck myself, and I had just one change I wanted to make because I found one problem that kept coming up with this deck list, and that was Goodra is amazing at sitting in the active spot, taking damage, healing everything off itself. I mean, look at this. You're looking at an Infernape with this heavy helmet as well. The heavy helmet's going to reduce damage done to Goodra by 20 every single turn. This Infernape, he has to work so hard to attack me with this Infernape, and I just heal it all off in one turn. It is so... This guy can do nothing to me. This guy can do nothing to me. And like most things in the meta right now are hitting for that like 120, 130 damage range, and you could just heal all the damage off. So the big problem I was finding with the deck is, yes, Goodra can tank and heal in the active spot just fine, but what you'll often find is that the way the game will go is you will stick a Goomy in the active spot. Goomy has a very great ability, which means that your opponent... their attacks cost 1 colorless more. So an Infernape will cost 2 fire energy and 1 colorless to attack. They now need 3 energy to attack. That'll give you some time for sure. But it's oftentimes too scary to set up that Goomy in the active spot. And what you'll probably be doing is setting up the Goomy on the bench. That means that the Goomy in the active is likely going to get knocked out. You are now in a board state where you have 1 Goodra in the active spot, 2 Indeedis with 130 HP. 130 is like the golden number right now. It's what everything is hitting for, meaning you can set up your Goodra, you can tank and heal all you want. You will lose to a Sabrina at the end of the game. So, the list originally was running an X-Speed instead of that Mantike there. I tried a Chingling, I didn't love it. And I tried this Mantike, and this I think is a really, really great card. It boosts your odds of not starting Indeedee. It will help you if you get scammed by energy, because that is this deck's biggest weakness, is it is a dual energy deck. Well, now, at least half the time, if you're only getting psychic energies, the Mantike can kind of bail you out a little bit. If you're getting only water energies, it is what it is. It's just going to happen. But it prevents... It allows you to accelerate energy really quickly. You can get into a very fast Goodra. You have free retreat with it if you start it. And it's that Sabrina protection at the end of the game. If Mantike goes down, if you can put up Goodra in the active spot and at least just set up and just get the Goomy on the bench, you're no longer going to lose to Sabrina. And it might give you better odds to actually set up double Goodra. I had a couple games where I was able to set up the double Goodra. And at that point, man, it's so difficult for your opponent to deal with. I think the Mantike really smoothed over my issues that I had with the deck. Like you see right here, I have this Goomy, but I'm playing against Mega Altaria. I know that I'm not setting this guy up fast enough. I'm going to attach to the Goomy because at this point, the only energy, like, I have both energy I need on Goodra. If my opponent decides not to attack with Altaria this turn for whatever reason, then I can maybe look to set up, like Rare Candy, evolve into the second Goodra, tank a hit, and Lily him and just survive a little bit longer. But now I'm in that position where this was one of the games I was playing where I don't have the Mantike in the deck. So all I can do is sit here and keep smacking this Altaria. I've got double Lilies in hand. I'm going to survive forever, right? I'm going to live forever. I'm going to heal all of the damage, or basically all of the damage this Altaria does to me every single turn. But if he just has Sabrina, man, I lose the game. So we're going to sit here and we're going to see how it goes. The Indeedee, yeah, listen, I'm not just playing this deck because I have 2 Rainbow Indeedees. I'm going to be honest, man, I went a little crazy. I bought some packs. I had not bought like a max buy for this set yet. I only spent like $60 on day 1 just to get some cards. I needed more cards, and my pulls went like insane, man. I got double Indeedee Rainbow. I got a second Licia Full Art. I got 2 Rainbow Greninja, a Rainbow Jolteon. I also pulled a full art, a third full art Tauros, and a second full art Fantino, but those don't matter. And I got an immersive Altaria, an immersive Gyarados, and a shiny Zeraora. Just insane. But my opponent didn't have enough heals. He didn't have Sabrina. He concedes the game. You'll see a lot of concessions with this deck because there's just not a whole lot they can do. Now, this next game is against an Indeedee, or sorry, not an Indeedee, and an Oricorio Suicune. And let me tell you, man, if you don't give them a whole lot of bench to work with, that Suicune is doing no damage. That Greninja is doing no damage. And you're healing 20 of it off every single turn. It is ridiculous. You'll see here, I use the Pokeball and I pull the Indeedee. And I'm honestly just going to decide, like, dude, I don't really need this guy on my bench right now. I'm fine. Like, the way I lose this game is through a Repel plus a Cyrus on my Indeedees to knock them out. But I'm not going to give that to my opponent because I am very, very confident that he is not going to get through Goodra anytime soon. And because he's not retreating into this Suicune, he's not drawing his cards. He's only drawing... what is it? He's only drawing 1 per turn. He's not accelerating through his deck with Suicune. So it's taking him a while to get these Greninjas set up. He does find one. He gets that 20 damage ping. This 20 damage ping doesn't matter unless he's going to go in and attack. Because whatever Pokemon it is, if he puts 20 on the Indeedee, I'm going to heal before I retreat into Goodra. If he puts 20 on the Goodra, I'm just going to attach the Indeedee, go into Goodra, and heal it, or just heal from my Spiral Drain. I don't even need to use Indeedee. I'm going to heal 40 just from attacking. And so, yeah, we're going to go in. We're going to knock out this Oricorio. And now my opponent's looking at doing 100 damage max to me a turn, which I am going to heal 60 off of without even using a Lily. So it's going to take him a while to get through this Goodra. He is able to fill his bench back up, which is fine. I'm not really all that worried about it. He doesn't want to put the Suicune in the active spot because he wants to try to delay this game as long as possible, diminish me of my resources, which is smart, right? You don't want me to just 2-shot a Suicune and end the game right there. I am holding a very large hand, which I'm scared of. He probably also wants to force me to have taken 2 points and then after that hit me with a Mars, so my hand goes down to 1. I understand that all of this is going to happen, and I'm debating whether or not I should play the second Indeedee yet. I'm not sure like what my opponent's deck list is, and for right now, I know that my Goodra is going to live this next turn. I'm going to go back up to 130. My opponent can't possibly do 130, even if he gets double Greninja in play. So right now, I feel safe just using Spiral Drain and keeping my bench as small as possible to limit that Suicune damage. But if things start to get a little crazy, then I will just go ahead and bench the second Indeedee. But at this moment, man, I mean, I'm locking my opponent out of doing any meaningful damage. And I get the heavy helmet here. So now everything's going to be reduced by 20. My opponent is now only able to do 60 a turn with a Greninja and 80 a turn with a Suicune. It's just so meaningless for this guy, man. I'm considering whether or not I play the Lily. Really, my debate here is I believe I'm getting Mars this next turn. My opponent's hand is huge, so now's the time, if I'm going to play cards out of my hand, to play them. And I'm thinking, you know, at this point, man, he can't even go Cyrus back-to-back Indeedis with his board state now. He will only have one Greninja in play, if that. I know I'm pretty safe to bench that second Indeedee. He might be able to Cyrus and knock out this first one on his turn, but the second one, I don't think he's going to be able to get through before my Goodra is able to take the final point that I need. So I'm fine with benching the Indeedee. It's going to let the Goodra do a little bit, or the Suicune do a little bit more damage. My opponent actually doesn't hit me with the Mars, which was kind of surprising. So I'm just going to heal literally all of this damage off of me. I'm going to keep attaching to the Goodra because it doesn't matter. And my opponent just concedes. He knows there's nothing he can do. Completely walls out Suicune, man. It is ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. Oh, my cat's coming to say hi. You guys get a cat appearance in the video as well. You know, I'll let you watch this first turn of the game while I pull up the critter. See? Look at that. It's a cat. Her name is Mooney, and she's so special. So soft. And so nice, and loves to be in the video. Loves to make her presence known and walk all over my desk and make things just a little bit harder. My opponent is waiting to return, so pretty fun. I'm staring at a broken hand, right? I got the Mantike start. I got Rare Candy Goodra in hand and a research. So I just need to find a Goomy, man, and I'm looking good. I got a Psychic Energy pending. Like, things are looking up for me. Now, this is probably the scariest thing you will see. Look at, I even top decked the Goomy. This is the scariest thing you'll see against Blaziken, is them getting the Rocky Helmet on the Blaziken early. Because the Rocky Helmet will make it so they can return knockout the Goodra. The order of operations is Goodra heals itself first and then takes damage from Rocky Helmet. So Goodra will go down to 130. And without that heavy helmet, the Blaziken is going to do the usual 140. So I'm looking at, like, I have Rare Candy Goodra in hand. But until I find that, until I find the, what is it, the heavy helmet, like, I can't go in with Goodra right now. I just can't. If I go in with Goodra right now, he's going to get knocked out. I'm going to have no follow-up. And it's not like I'm getting Psychic Energies to charge up the Indeedee to attack with it. Which wouldn't even be a great option. Indeedee would probably hit for 60 against the Blaziken, and 100 plus 60 is not 210, so we're not even considering that option. The energy is just going on the Indeedee right now, so I can retreat it into something else this next turn. And I drop Pokeball, so I mean, I'm thinning the deck at least. I get my other Goomy, which is honestly what I wanted. I wanted the Goomy, not the Indeedee. And I'm still whiffing my helmet. It is just a one of. My opponent got the Rocky Helmet early, but I can't seem to find the heavy helmet. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick the Goodra in the active spot. That's another turn for me. I could have put the Goomy in the active, but I was expecting him to have a Flame Patch, and the Goodra is like guaranteed another turn, right? Because I'm gonna take 140, and at this point, like with my energy setup and what's in my hand, I'm feeling pretty confident I can set up second Goodra this game. And there it is. Speaking of the devil, there he is. So I'm going to Rare Candy evolve into Goodra. And I'm just going to play the Copycat. I believe at this time, this is the last of my draw supporters. That's everything I've had. And I get a Pokeball and double Lily, which just does not help me. But I'm able to get into the Indeedee. I believe I have like 4 cards in deck at this point. I've been pretty successful getting through my deck. But I'm just not finding the one card I need to survive a second one attack from this Mega Blaziken to let my Goodras go the distance, which is, it's fine this turn. I'm just going to swing with the Goodra. He uses a Lily. That's not a problem. I could have top decked red, and that would have let me knock out the Mega Blaziken had he not, but I mean, it's kind of what you expect. You expect the Mega Blaziken to have the Lily on their turn. My cat's also clawing this new chair I got. Shout out my girlfriend. She got me a chair for my birthday. Just got here. Built it this morning. Not this morning, this afternoon. I top decked the heavy helmet. So now, good. Because if I didn't, I would have lost the game on the spot. Because I can't wait another turn with Goodra. I would have been able to heal a pretty decent amount of the damage. But, yeah, it wouldn't really have been enough. I think maybe I would have gone up to 140. What would I have healed? I would have healed 80 plus 60. 140. Yeah, I would have gone back up to full, so I had like another turn to draw the heavy helmet. But I mean, at this point, dude, my opponent's taking 2 points on my 1 point Pokemon. I am just trying to avoid a Sabrina. I have 3 cards left in my deck, so it's a race. Who's going to find Sabrina? Who's going to find Cyrus? That's all this comes down to. At this point, I'm just burning cards in case my opponent's playing Mars or something. I just want... so if I get Marsed, I will get Marsed more likely into my Cyrus. I'm not going to need double Lily. I'm looking to attack with this Goodra one more time into Blaziken and let that be the end of the game. So he's going to attach to Entei. Still no Sabrina. Good for me. He's got quite a few cards left in deck. I believe he's at 6 at this point, about to be 5. Yep, he has 5 cards left in deck. And I top deck Sliggoo. The last card in my deck is Cyrus. So I got the turn 1 pop off with Goodra, but the rest of the game, I just was not able to find the cards I actually needed to win, but outside of that, until the very, very last minute. So he's going to promote Blaziken, and it's just going to be, does he have Sabrina? If he does, I win, or I lose. And he does have the Sabrina. He plays it, and he's able to knock out one of my Indeedee. So it is what it is, man. I just wanted to show that because I thought it was a pretty good game, a close game. And that's like really the only way Mega Blaziken goes sour for you. Because other than that, you can attack into the Mega Blaziken twice and get set up a little bit on them. But, you know, man, when they got that early Rocky helmet and you can't find your heavy helmet early, it is what it is. Now, this is a very... This game, I think, is important for just anyone to watch that plays Pokemon Pocket. Because this is the most unconventional game you will ever see. And it's good to watch something like this every once in a while to show you that, like, man, this is what separates the best players, is being able to find lines to keep yourself in the game when things are otherwise just going abysmal for you. So I see double Froakie. I'm assuming this is another Suicune variant, which is a bit unfortunate because this is just a good matchup. And my big problem here, I'm debating on, I don't want to fill my bench here. There's no part of me that wants to fill my bench. So I'm just going to play the Pokeball and stop. And I've already committed the heavy helmet to the Sliggoo. And so, because I was just, I'm expecting, like, all right, I'll get into Goodra. He'll be able to tank a little bit while I wait. And we'll be fine there, right? And I'm not even thinking that the heavy helmet's going to matter that much, but then I see the Giratina. And now the heavy helmet actually does matter. Suicunes are not often playing Giratina anymore. It's kind of like most of them don't play the Giratina. Now, with a Rocky helmet, or not a Rocky helmet, sorry, with a Greninja ping and a Giratina attack, that's going to be enough to knock out a Goodra if they do not have, if I don't have the heavy helmet on. And so I see that I am not getting any psychic energy, or sorry, I'm not getting any water energy. I'm just getting all psychics. So I retreat both energy off my Sliggoo, which feels really bad, and go into the Mantike because I need to power this guy up, right? I need to get a Goodra up and going somewhat quickly. I'm honestly expecting my opponent to hit a Greninja at any moment, which is like, I can't leave a Sliggoo in the active spot without it. We would have gotten the water energy one more turn, but it's like impossible to know, and it's such a hard thing to risk doing. So I'm just gonna change gears, and I'm gonna start setting up the Gumi on the bench instead. I don't want to play the research because I don't want to whiff on finding Goodra and then having my hand Marsed back down to 3. And I believe if you look at what my last 2 top decks were anyways, the research wouldn't have found me Goodra on that turn, and my opponent definitely could have Marsed. Like, things could have gone pretty poorly for me if I just left Sliggoo in the active spot and researched and hoped for a Goodra and tried to wall. Because look at, there's the Mars right there. It was waiting in his hand. He was ready for it. He used it on my 4-card hand. But I draw back into Rare Candy and I top deck the Goodra, so I'm feeling good there. I'm going to use Research just to thin it. Doesn't really matter. Lets me play the Crown Rare Candy, flex on him, show him that I got it. And my opponent still doesn't have a Greninja, which is good, but, the guy also hasn't been drawing too many cards. It's what happens when you don't have Suicune in. Like, it's a stage 2 deck, man. You don't get your stage 2s guaranteed all the times. I know it feels like it was Suicune, but a big part of that is because you usually have Suicune in the active spot. Without Suicune, man, there are times where those rare candies or those Greninjas are stuck to the bottom of the deck and you can't find them. So he promotes Giratina and misses Greninja again, which is huge because that means that my Goodra gets to just live another turn. Very, very valuable. Now you can see I am not getting any more psychic energies. It's all water energies at this point. So I am like not close to my other Goodra, which I'm going to need because at this point, like, dude, he can't miss Greninja forever, I don't think. I'm expecting it to come out. He plays a research. It's like so low odds he doesn't hit it. And there it is. There's the rare candy Greninja. So now he can hit for either 150 with the Giratina, or if he has another bench Pokemon, he can go in with the Suicune and knock me out. Right now he's hitting for 100, and there's the last bench Pokemon. It is an Oricorio. Not a big concern, but this is gonna let him get the knockout on my Goodra, and I don't even have my second Goodra. So the plan here is just promote Mantike, hope we find Goodra sometime soon, and a Psychic Energy. I do top deck Goodra, and there's the Psychic Energy. It is on the way. Now, a nice thing is that my opponent cannot go Cyrus Greninja Ping on my Indeedee because our benches are not full. I have only two Pokemon on my bench. He is not able to hit my Indeedee for more than 120 damage. And if he does hit it for 120 damage and bring it to the active spot, I can just Indeedee heal the Indeedee itself and go back into the Goodra, and that'll give me like just one more turn of surviving with Indeedee. If he does have the Cyrus play this turn and he's debating where to put that 20 damage, I would think it just goes on the Indeedee, but he actually uses it on the Mantike and then hits me with a Sabrina. So I don't know what math he did in his head. I can't figure it out right now at the moment, but I guess he thought he would be able to knock out both of them. But I do top deck the Cyrus. I get to attach my Psychic Energy, Cyrus the Giratina, and that is the end of the game. It was not like last game where my Cyrus was stuck to the bottom of the deck. I was able to pull that one out. Very scary, very, very weird game. Maybe I should have just left the Sliggoo in the active spot, but again, I was fully expecting either a Greninja EX, if my opponent had Rare Candy Greninja EX, because I don't know what variant he's playing. I don't know how his deck is built. If he goes Rare Candy Greninja EX, I lose the game on the spot. So I thought it was a better risk for me to just go into the Mantike, get that water energy in play guaranteed, while I have just only Psychic Energies being presented to me. Because again, you never know which one's going to come, and that's the big downside of the game. So, hey, that's Goodra. It's a really, really fun deck. I really like my version of it with this one Mantike instead of the one X-Speed. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you subscribe on your way out. I'll see you on the next one.